Welcome to the channel. If you've just bought a four-wheel drive and you're thinking, what can I do to make it more capable? Here are tips for the top 5 things to do to your four-wheel drive.
So the first mod not only does the best job, but also looks the best, is definitely lifting tyres. Although later on you're going to put more weight in the back and all that sort of stuff, you can definitely get it adjusted. But to get the show on the road, lifting tyres is one of the first things I would do. This is a classic example of a prime perfection. So you've got your big 35-inch tyres, obviously get tyres to suit your car, but then with suspension you can go all out. You can just get a 2-inch lift, 3-inch lift, you can go leaf springs at the back, you can even go a big J-Max conversion like Woolie's done here with his coil sprung as well, which looks absolutely awesome. But just to get these two on board, it will set you up for a lot more trips than what it would with your stock drive. Right, number 2 on your list should be Barwork. Whether it's rear, front, side, just any sort of Barwork, it helps with a lot of things. One thing it helps with, recovery points. You whack one of these ARB bull bars on, or most bull bar on the market, they're going to give you extra recovery points to snatch out of or winch out of if you're in a sticky situation. 2, the most obvious one is protection. So even when you're driving on the road, it protects your front end from kangaroos, cars, trees, any of that sort of stuff. And then you can also add additional stuff, like your side rails here. So I noticed with mine, going through tight little track of trees and branches and even skinny stuff with rocks on the side. Side scrubs help you out heaps, protecting this quarter panel on your side here. I will always run a set. I don't care what anyone says, I bloody love them. But then you can also get further down the line is your side steps. Side steps, I reckon, are honestly one of the more important ones. Purely because if you dent your seal, the car is just not going to be the same. You're going to have water leaks in there, the door may not shut properly. It just leads to a whole lot of problems. So having a good set of side steps not only protects your seals, it helps you get up on your roof rack up the top there, it helps you get in the car, all that sort of stuff. So I think Barwork is a necessity to go at least second down the line on your list. So number 3, now this is not a necessity, you don't actually need this, but let me tell you from experience, when you do have one on, it helps a lot. So obviously, main source of recovery, you've got your max tracks, you've got your snap strap, or the safest option really is a trusty old winch. Like there are many brands to choose from when it comes from winches. You got your different brands, you got your different sizes, different types of ropes, you got heaps of different variants. You just got to do the one that suits right for you. Woolie here has got the Sabre winch. I know another bloke's got Sabre, they're an awesome brand. I've got Carbon, it doesn't matter. Your winch on the front of your car is just cheap insurance. If you're stuck in a puddle like you probably saw earlier, that's a really good example where we should have used a winch or even a snatch or any sort of recovery. But having a winch on the front of your car, and even the rear if you want to, no brainer when it comes to recovery.
So number 4 is a roof rack. Now, roof rack for me is extra storage. You can hang things off it. You can put light bars on it. It's just something that when it's on your car, it gives you so many more options. Obviously, you don't want to load it up too much because there is weight limits up there, but rooftop tents, all sorts of other options become available when you put a roof rack on. And it's something that I guess every four-wheel drive has. Max tracks, all those sort of things are just there. So a roof rack for me is number 4. All right, so bringing up the rear is number 5. So awning, right. These may not seem essential, but I love them. So today we're on North Stratty. As you can see, it's really windy, but we've had rain showers coming through all day. We've huddled under this. And when it's sunny, obviously you got a bit of shade. And awning is one of the first things I would put in any four-wheel drive because honestly, what do we do four-wheel driving for? We do four-wheel driving, get out of the city, into the sticks, onto the beach, into the bush. And when you're there, you want to have a beer or you want to have some lunch. You don't want to get sunburned. You don't want to get soaking wet by the rain. And awning will fix all of that. It doesn't have to be a 270. It can be a pull-out. I think they start from like 150, 200 bucks. You don't have to spend big money on an awning. But for me, it's something that I wouldn't have on a four-wheel drive because when you pull up, this is what it's all about. Crack the awning out, everybody gathers underneath it, and you have a chat. If you walk around the campsite now, everybody's sitting under their awnings. They're the best piece of kit. I would actually argue with Andy, who's just there. This is my number one. Number one.
So don't get me wrong, guys. Don't think that you need this stuff to go out and have a good weekend with all your mates.
You don't.
We're just saying that we've been there. We've done that. This is what we think is going to be the top 5 things that you're going to need just to start off with anyway.
And then you can build on that from there. And honestly, the world's your oyster. Do whatever you want to do. But I guess this is just where we would start if we had to do it all again.
100%.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. What do they do?
Like and subscribe.
Like and
See you in the next
subscribe.
one.